get this typed up real quick. Hold on. What up, Wyatt?
Hi everybody, Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Very little is agreed upon universally in college football, but outside of the SEC, there's one thing that the rest of the nation has learned to detest: the chant of SEC, SEC. Usually that's because another team from that conference has won a national championship. A great showdown in the SEC is coming up. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming right at you. Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I are back at halftime.
More than 100,000 fans have packed into Bryant-Denny for what should be a fantastic game. And now let's head down to the coin toss, and is brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste and 0 calories. Enjoy everything.
Wow, kick it. Let's get murdered.
Both teams have sent their special teams onto the field, and we're ready for the opening kickoff. He sends this one deep. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Now the offense gets ready to take their first crack at it. Has some daylight. He gets out to about the 37-yard line. He kept it himself and picked up a good-looking first down.
Great execution and a good decision there by the quarterback.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 37.
I hate this. Mike picks up all kinds of ruckus, but doesn't really voice.
Going deep.
Wow. Here we go.
Fires quickly. Touchdown.
Shit starts.
And he adds the extra point. A quick 2-play, 75-yard drive. And they add 7 points to the scoreboard.
Well, Brad, right now this offense is hot, and they also took advantage of some mistakes there by the defense.
They get to it.
He's to the 10. And he's tackled at the 25-yard line. This one might be coming back, folks. Let's check out the penalty.
Clipping.
Never fails.
Receiving team.
The Wildcats have a player that's up for national awards. It's all speculation right now. You can talk about awards after you win them. He's got to worry about playing this football game. So here comes the offense taking the field for the first time today. He throws right. Incomplete pass.
That was textbook coverage by the defense. That's exactly what you want to do on every single pass play, but it doesn't always happen.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 13-yard line. On the ground, and he won't get back to the line.
If this offense keeps running at this guy, they're going to have to rethink some of their play calling.
Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. Throws complete, and he stopped immediately. Good possession there for the defense. will be the return man. Punts away. This one's like a line drive. He's got the corner. Hall fields it at the 50, and he's taken down at the 41. And as the defense comes back out, you can be sure they're thinking about that score they surrendered the last time around.
So much of the passing game is about the timing between the quarterback and his wide receivers. And right now with this offense, they are in sync, and really the timing and execution is flawless.
And they push him out at about the 7-yard line. And the wideout gets a chance to show what he can do.
Oh, he sure does, and he doesn't disappoint either. Great athletic ability.
Let's be real.
Alabama up by 7 and trying to add to it. It's 1st and goal.
Can we
Alabama up 7 points.
Great tackle.
Up the middle for a nice gain.
That brings him 2nd and goal.
I get it. I mean, 1 broken tackle. 2, 3 in a row. 4.
Check three.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He splits the uprights with the extra point. It was a quick 3-play, 41-yard drive, and the result, 7 points. So our score, 14-0.
Check.
Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. Sends it sailing downfield. He makes it to the 15-yard line. It was a quick 3 and out on their last possession.
They've been beaten soundly on both sides of the ball, and we haven't even gotten to the 2nd quarter.
And he's tackled at the 37-yard line.
Guys, I really like what the offensive coordinator's doing here. Throwing it on 1st and 2nd down will keep the defense guessing.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 37.
When you can move the ball downfield in big chunks like that, you've got the defense right where you want it.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Gets it out quickly. He's pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
That brings him 2nd and 1.
It's 2nd down now. They're just a few feet away from that 1st down marker. Decent run here, right side.
Gaining 4 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Lets it fly. They can't connect. Incomplete.
Brad, this corner just made a great play on the football. You wonder if he's starting to maybe get into the mindset of this quarterback, and maybe the quarterback's going to look in the other direction to try to come up with a completion.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 37.
No. That's a layup. A freaking layup.
Gets it out to the wideout, and he's got the 1st. They'll bring him down at about the 23-yard line.
That was a good reaction to the blitzing linebacker.
Complete the hitch.
That's what you like to see out of a young quarterback. He just has to ignore the pressure and get the ball out of there on time.
from the 23-yard line. First down. As a man, he'll lose big yards. They lose 4 there.
Well, that play was sort of out of sync from the start, but you have to also recognize that the defense made a great play. They read it from the get-go.
And this is the 9th play of the current drive. Throws complete. He's got space to work.
Well-designed route and a confidently thrown football by the quarterback. You need those things to make any offense work.
And so it's another 3rd down upcoming here. Strike to his receiver, no good.
I'm not so sure he made the best decision that time. That was a pretty tight area he was trying to throw that one into.
Fires out quickly, incomplete. And so now the ball's turned over on downs. A touchdown was the end result of their last drive as this offense moved the ball very well with their passing game.
I love to watch a quarterback when he can really get into sync with his wide receiver. These guys have worked all week on their preparation to attack this defense, and right now it's really paying off.
There's a tackle at the 30-yard line.
She's going to be the Knights.
Personal foul. Placement. Defense. Automatic first down.
Alright, we gotta do something to change it up.
1st and 10. Ball on the 45. Gives it off.
That's not it.
Here's an opening to the 20, the 10. Touchdown! Huge play.
Tell me about it.
He makes the PAT. And it looks like they're ready for the
Here we
kickoff.
go. Down 21-0.
And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Alabama's defense really came to play early in this football game.
Well, they've done a good job here early, but you know eventually this offense is going to start clicking. Let's see if this defense can sustain this for the rest of the game.
They need to show a little giddy-up now, because if they don't start eating into this deficit, they could easily fall out of the game. On the ground, left side. Runs outside for a nice gain.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
Second and 5. Ball on the 30. Tries to fit it in there, and it'll be intercepted. Inside the 30.
Lord have mercy.
He's taken down at the 27-yard line. There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Knocked out of bounds at the 23.
We're fine. We're fine.
It's 2nd down, 6 to go.
Be down 28.
Ball on the 23.
No big deal.
Brought down around the 26-yard line. There was just no daylight on that play, and the defensive lineman was the reason.
Well, that's one way to get involved in the game. Great stop in the backfield.
Trust the process.
Caught, and he's hit immediately. They'll call on the field goal unit here for this long field goal attempt.
I'm surprised he didn't break that tackle and get the first down.
Kicks up, and he got...
I hate my controller.
Looks like they're ready for the kick. He just drills this one. And they can forget about returning this one. It's not quite a blowout, but unless they do something here, it might turn into one. And down he goes around the 33-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
Easy. Richmond.
The cavalry's coming. Going deep. Lays it out there.
What? Oh, Lord. I'm doomed.
From their own 31-yard line, it's first down. Gets out to about the 31.
No gain on the play. That brings up 2nd and 9.
He takes it right side for a good game. So at the end of one, Alabama leads it 24-0. And we're back for more action here in quarter number 2.
This quarterback is tough as nails, Brad. He's going to sit in that pocket and give himself a chance. The only problem is, at some point, you've got to have a feel, almost that sixth sense on when to get out of there and avoid the pressure, or just to throw the ball before you get hit.
We can make a run. Let's go.
Willis fields at the 29, makes it to the 38-yard line. Flag down, and I'm not sure when it was thrown. Let's find out.
Receiving team.
So they'll move back after that costly penalty, and they'll have to try to get that yardage back here. From their own 21-yard line. First down. Fires incomplete. A little too much juice on that one.
And this quarterback sometimes gets a little bit too excited back there and tries to put too much on it. He's got to relax and just make a good throw.
Throws it out, and it falls incomplete.
Can't do
Third
anything.
down, 10
Can't do
yards to
anything.
go.
My quarterback can't.
Ball on the 21-yard line.
Outside of the ball.
And that'll make it fourth down.
Great hold by the defense. They were expecting the pass play, and they defended it very well.
Campbell is the punter.
Close.
46-yard punt. Out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Unbelievable.
You think about the challenges these two teams are facing. On one side, you've got to find a way to keep building on your lead, and on the other side, you've got to find a way to get back in it. Little handoff. Tackle tackle made around the 31-yard line.
Never really had a shot. They were on him almost as soon as he took the handoff.
Second and 11 coming up now.
Gotta score.
Ball on their own 31.
Gotta get something positive.
And a quick throw. He's taken down at the 36-yard line. He ran a good-looking route and picked up positive yardage.
That he did, and he made a good catch. That short passing game is where you see all those hours in the summer that you put in pay off.
He's hit and taken down.
There you go. Good read by the quarterback to give the offense a new set of downs. If the defense wants to line up in man, work that slant route until they stop it.
From their own 49-yard line. First down. He's tackled at the 50-yard line.
Gain of 1 yard.
Got lucky.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
Bring it again.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
Gaining 4 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
From the 46-yard line, it's 3rd down. Throws, and it's incomplete.
Good job here by the defense. If you let this quarterback set and throw, he'll kill you all game. But they got excellent pressure on that play.
McCray is waiting for the snap. He's to the 20. Brought down at the 24.
No matter how much people want to talk about points and offense, I still think that the best offense is a great defense. When you put a 0 up there, it makes it pretty easy on your own offense to go out there and win the game.
In the shotgun and 5 wideouts. Quick throw, incomplete.
It's
One of his
pitch and
receivers.
catch.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 24-yard line.
Plus.
It's 2nd down.
Dude,
These guys,
like,
especially in the
seriously,
secondary,
I got
really
this
get after it and can
freaking
make life hard for the play callers on the other side of the
in
ball.
the nation. And he can't hit the freaking...
Defensive
can't.
coordinator anticipating this 5-wide set, and he comes in with his dime package. Throws quick to the receiver, and it falls incomplete.
This is dumb. Defense is doing all right.
He punts it away, and there's no hang time on this one.
Offense is choking.
Alabama's offense really had a goal in that first quarter, but they're starting to struggle here in the second early.
Well, because they played so well early in this game, even though they have been struggling, they still have a pretty comfortable lead. Now let's see if they can hold on to it here as we get ready for the second half.
It's still only the second quarter. We've got a lot of football left, but I got to say, this one is teetering on the brink of a blowout. And they make the stop at the 30.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Where?
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
You know, penalties can ruin a team's chances to win if they commit too many.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 45-yard line.
Look at this shit.
He makes his way to about the 42.
That's another first down, Brad. And right now, you can just really feel and sense the rhythm that this offense is in. Their ability to pick up first downs is pushing this defense further and further down, back deep into their own territory.
From the 42-yard line, it's first down. Caught, open field. He's at the 20. And he's tackled around the 17-yard line. Kirk, good news. The guy that we saw go to the locker room with that injury earlier is back on the sideline, and I got to bet he's going to be back in the game soon. Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
Field goal here.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That makes it second.
Really got to get a pick.
From the 12-yard line. Second down. Flares it and almost had it intercepted.
Oh, there it is.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
And that sets them up with a 1st and goal.
He showed you right there why a defense can never lose tabs on him. Take your eye off him in coverage, and he'll create a big play.
1st down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! And he adds the extra point. So that's a 6-play, 69-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
No bowl game for us.
I'm really surprised how lopsided this first half has been. But this is college football, and no matter what the score is, the adrenaline's always pumping on both sides. He lets it go.
Please.
Incomplete pass.
Please.
Wow.
Brad, you talk about having a strong arm. Next time, though, you might want to work on the accuracy.
From their own 25-yard line. Second down.
What is going on, dude?
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Got his man. Can't tack on any yardage. The quarterback in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Quick throw out to the receiver. Incomplete. Fourth down, and the offense is still on the field. This is a pretty controversial call. I really would have expected them to punt this ball. They'll turn the ball over on down.
Questionable play calling there by the coaching staff. It's way too early in the game to be going for it on 4th down. I would have punted the ball in that situation.
They can really pay for it now unless their defense comes out here and makes a big defensive stop.
You like that? You like that?
Brad, let's see if this offense can maintain the rhythm that they established on that last drive. Not just putting points on the board, but driving the length of the field to be able to eventually put points up. I think that's going to be important for them to try to keep that confidence going here on this drive.
Inside the 10. They'll bring him down at about the 3-yard line.
You know, I love this offensive coordinator. I've always really appreciated his approach to the game. He's a little bit unorthodox in his approach, and this time he gives the wide receiver a chance to carry the football to pick up the 1st down.
1st and goal from the 3. They're knocking on the door. Alabama comes to the line, holding that commanding lead. Tackle around the 2-yard line. Alabama is going to use their first time out of the half here. They're packed in tight on the line. Touchdown time.
Like, it's not. I just gotta freaking put some points on
Splits the uprights with the extra point. Silva gets set to kick this one away. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 10. He gets out to about the 18-yard line. The defense was able to stop this offense short on 4th down last time. Let's see what they do this opportunity.
Let's see if this offense can reestablish some confidence after being stopped on downs the last time they were out on the field.
Now he tries to buy some time. He goes out of bounds around the 19-yard line.
That's a deal. That brings up 2nd and 9.
From their own 19-yard line. 2nd down. He chucks it downfield. Doesn't get there. Excellent coverage on the play.
You might say that he made the wrong move here, but this is what they're taught to do in the secondary. Bat the ball down if they don't have a chance to the interception. That's a great play by the corner.
They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. And he's tackled right away.
Boy, this is just outstanding execution by the quarterback and the wide receiver. I mean, you look at that throw and you think, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're throwing that into coverage. But only he knows the confidence that he has in his wide receiver to have the ability to come down with the football for that 1st down. That's big time there between the quarterback and the wide receiver.
He's knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
1st down.
From the 47-yard line. 1st down. He wants it all going long. Open man, and it's his wide receiver.
Great effort by the wide receiver. And not to take anything away from the quarterback, but the wide receiver made this play. Boy, that was an easy throw for the quarterback. Had to be a mistake of some kind or miscommunication by the defense in that secondary, but the quarterback finds his receiver wide open for the touchdown.
And the quarterback stays on the field as they try for the 2-point conversion. And they won't get the 2. A nice 5-play, 82-yard drive. But the failed 2-point conversion keeps it a 6-point score.
Brad, how about the guys up front? The offensive line giving the quarterback plenty of time to be able to read the defense and make the right throw.
This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Things are on the verge of getting out of hand before we even hit the half. These next few drives are going to go a long way in determining what kind of game this will end up being. Brought down around the 39-yard line. First and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line.
You get a stop first.
Alabama is winning big. Quick throw out to the receiver. He's at midfield. Knocked out of bounds. Right around midfield.
The defenders are really going to have to get their heads into this game. That was a big play, and on 1st down, no less.
Lets it fly. It's caught. 1st down, and he's out of bounds.
Dumb. Just dumb.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 30. Steps out of bounds. Right around the 26-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
For a pick.
They'll spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook.
Hey, check.
Receivers got the first down. And he's taken down at about the 15-yard line.
I credit the quarterback on that pass. He made a great read and delivered a very nice pass for the first down.
From the 15-yard line, first down. And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Defense goes with the extra defensive backs as the offense comes up 5 wide. Passes left, gets it out to the halfback. And down he goes at the 4.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Alabama up by a big margin. He's out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
That brings him 2nd and goal.
From the 1-yard line, it's 2nd down. They come out in a goal line set. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He makes the PAT. Silva, ready to kick. He sends this one deep. And they can forget about returning this one.
I think we saw the effects of what a long drive can do to a defense the last time this offense was out in the field. They took that football and drove the length of the field to put points up on the board. And I think it really started to affect not only just the psyche of this defense, but maybe even the conditioning where they started to get a little bit fatigued.
You go out of bounds.
Offense.
You got to be careful to avoid these. Penalties are a great way to stall out a drive.
So it's 2nd down and 15 after the penalty.
Here we go. Green 95.
Going long. He caught it inside the 30. He's taken down at the 18-yard line.
Well, you give up too many passes like that, and the game will be done before you know it. They cannot let these receivers get behind them.
And a big pickup through the air has made it 1st and 10. They come out in an empty backfield. And he hits him hard at the 26. Kentucky's going to have to use their 2nd time out of the half. Defense looking for another sack in this 2nd down and long situation. Let's see if a quarterback heaves it up there and one of his guys can come down with it. And they push him out around the 15-yard line. The Wildcats using their 3rd and final timeout.
You can tell he's got a lot of faith in his wide receivers. Even when he's a little bit off target, they can pull it in and make something happen.
Kicks up, and it splits the uprights. And they head to the locker room. And, folks, we got a bit of a laugher here. Alabama's running away with it. Reese, David, wish you were here instead of Kirk and I. We start the 2nd half in this lopsided ball game. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. I hope they show some fight here and try to stay competitive. If you're going to get blown out, you at least want to go down swinging.
What impresses me so much is the guy's vision. He read the coverage perfectly to find his man for good yardage.
complete. He's got room.
I think it was a great play call. It was very well executed. Any coach would be happy with that kind of outcome on a first or second down play.
It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. Quick strike to the receiver. And they make the stop right around the 32-yard line. Got a man, watch out here. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Excellent play here by the quarterback, making the proper reads and finding his playmaker for the score.
Where was the coverage there? There wasn't anybody near him at all. Well, they're going to try for the 2-point conversion. Got to be careful of a pass play with this defense. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. And the running play fails on the 2-point conversion. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Excellent kick. He's to the 20. Whoa, he just took a licking.
Come on, get off the field right here.
They'll take over here, ready to start a new series. Alabama looking to put this game away if they score here. Fires it out. He gets hit out of bounds at the 42.
Computer and corner routes. Kill him.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. Well, Kirk, good news. We saw him go to the locker room a little bit earlier with that injury, but apparently he's all right. It looks like he's going to get back in the action here. And he's tackled at about the 39-yard line.
Stop, man.
Personal foul.
Come on.
Face mask. Defense.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
You know, penalties can ruin a team's chances to win if they commit too many.
1st down, 10 to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. He's tackled around the 30-yard line.
Any stop. Can't get a pick. Damn, sliders suck.
Completes it, but he can't shake the defense. Parker picks up around 5 yards with that catch. From the 25-yard line, 2nd down. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. Deep pass to the end zone.
Come on.
And he's got it for the touchdown.
React. That was our break right there.
And he tacks on the extra point. So a 4th play, 84-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown. They line up to kick this one away. Nice kick, plenty of distance. Got the corner. Out of bounds, around the 48-yard line. There's a flag down, and it looks like this one's coming back.
Clipping. Receiving team.
That's frustrating for a coach when you preach fundamentals every week and then have someone called for clipping. That penalty really is going to set them back.
Not a whole lot's been working for them so far. They should just come out and play loose and easy because they've got nothing to lose. He's going to go for the home run. Intercepted. It's the sophomore corner. They'll bring him down at the 45. From their own 45-yard line, it's 1st down. Alabama up big right now in this one. Gardner up the gut. Tackle at the 45-yard line.
No gain. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Man left, man left. Four down, four down.
Rose intercept. No, he dropped it.
Brady drops the ball here. I don't know if he's starting to peek downfield and think about the return or what, but that ball's right in his hands. He just dropped it.
3rd down now, and they need to get it inside the 45. He airs it out. Big yardage on the catch, and he's immediately pushed out of bounds. So the coach challenges the call, and they're going to try to determine if the receiver made the catch in bounds. So the referee initially calls it a catch, but we'll have a chance to take a second look at it and determine if he really was in bounds when he caught the ball.
Well, the side judge was standing right there, so I'd be surprised if he missed that call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, I think the play warranted a review, but the call on the field stands. Nice play to set up 1st and goal. It's 1st down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here. Alabama looking to add to this big lead here. Maybe a yard on the run by the tailback.
The sophomore just stuck it to the ball carrier right there. That's a very good tackle.
They're showing blitz. Touchdown time.
I'm just kidding.
And he hits the PAT. A 6-play, 55-yard drive. And they come away with a touchdown. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. And they can forget about returning this one. And for Wilkerson, it's been one of those days he'd like to forget.
Well, it may seem obvious right now, but if you don't take care of the football, you're just not going to win many football games.
Quarterback couldn't maintain possession on their last drive. Let's see what he does here.
So much in football is about how you respond to adversity. Moving forward after a turnover is a perfect example of that.
Brought down around the 34-yard line. They're taking a beating out there, but they'll still go no huddle.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Quick pass.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Quick throw in the end zone, touchdown. So the kicker's going to stay on the sidelines. These guys will try for a 2-point conversion. This defense not wanting to give an inch here. They got it. Kentucky lines up for the kickoff. He really got a hold of that kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Alabama's offense has just been dominant here in the third quarter, and it's got to be pretty demoralizing for the defense.
Yeah, the defense, I mean, they just have to get some kind of stop here to be able to get some confidence and be able to get their own offense into the position of being able to put some points up. But right now, they just cannot stop this high-powered attack.
The offense really came up with a nice drive there last time out, and most of those yards came through the air.
This defense needs to improve from front to back. The line needs to put more pressure on the quarterback, and the defensive backs need to stick it to these receivers with tighter coverage.
2 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
2nd down and 12. Ball on the 23-yard line. Alabama with a big advantage. Got it to his man on the screen. He's to the 40. And he's taken down right around the 48-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
On the ground, right side. The running back gets a yard, maybe less.
Come on, get the ball back.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 48. Here's the throw, and I don't think he got anything on that. Nothing going on that play.
Well, here I think the quarterback needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his receivers to get downfield a little bit before he throws it.
Pocket holds.
Well, I love the toughness here by this quarterback of sitting in until the last second, trying to make a play downfield, only to have this defense get to him. He's got to do a better job maybe feeling things out a little bit, but at least he has the awareness and a toughness to sit in that pocket.
And he's tackled at the 22-yard line. For Wilkerson, it has not been an easy ride in this one.
Sometimes when you're a quarterback and you have these kind of performances, there's a tendency to want to press and just try to get it all back in one play. The quarterback did a really good job in the last drive of finding his receivers in space, and I bet he'll be looking to do the same thing again.
Throws incomplete, intended for his wideouts. Kirk, you and I have talked to the coaches. We've talked to his teammates. Everybody says this kid's a real deal. We're about ready to find out. He goes downtown. Nice grab on the play. To the 20. And down he goes at the 10. Throws it and it's caught for the touchdown. And a nice catch by the receiver for the touchdown.
Anytime you're near the red zone, you got to keep an eye for this guy. They love going to him down here.
And they're looking to get 2 points here.
Easy, easy, easy. Mike is 59.
They give to the tailback. He's in for the conversion. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Sends it sailing downfield. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. And what a game it's been for this quarterback, Kirk.
You know, you can almost see his confidence rising with every snap that he and this offense take. The thing that surprised me today is that we know about his ability to throw the football, but here's a guy that can also hurt you with his feet if he has to.
He's taken down around the 28-yard line.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
It's 2nd and 7. Ball on the 28. Alabama up by a big margin. Catches it and hit immediately for a loss. That's a loss of 4 yards.
Well, that's just a sound play by the defense. They dropped him well short of the line of scrimmage.
And a quick throw. And he tackles him hard to the 38-yard line. From their own 38-yard line. First down. They come out in an empty backfield.
Blue 19! Blue 19!
He goes out of bounds around the 44-yard line.
Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, Mike,
Big right there.
That's 3 down and 1 to go.
I saw it coming.
Alabama's running away with it.
I saw it.
Not sure there's any hope for a comeback here in the fourth quarter, but Kirk and I are praying. 5 wide.
down. Hey.
Makes the catch, and the defense is all over him. They bring him down for a loss. Loss of 3.
They really just didn't have any room to work on that play. The defense just suffocated them there.
So we're looking at another 3rd down here. The quarterback in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Gets rid of it quickly, and that was almost picked.
You know, as a defender, anytime you're not going to have a chance to get to the quarterback, one of the things all defensive coaches try to teach their defense is to get your hands up and try to knock the football away. And that time, that's exactly what they did to set up this 4th down.
And for Willis, he's had a great game catching the ball.
Yeah, Brad, I think with this performance today, he's really sending a message to the entire country that this is a guy you've got to be aware of and you better be prepared for if you line up against this offense. When you have this kind of world-class speed, all it takes is to make one guy miss, and there's nobody that's going to be able to catch up to him.
Fires out to his receiver. And he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
4 down, 4 down. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Let's go!
Pulls down the catch, and he's got room here. He's pushed out of bounds at the 17-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 11 yards. First down.
4 down, 4 down. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Easy, 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 easy.
He's scrambling. Fires incomplete, knocked away.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line.
Check 59. Mike.
Delivers to the halfback on the screen.
It's not good.
He's hit and taken down.
That's good for a gain of 14 yards. That makes it 1st and goal.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Easy, 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 easy.
He's on the run. He's in trouble. Loose football. Picked up by the defense. And one of the biggest guys on the field is all alone. And a huge lead is about to get a little bit bigger. Touchdown!
Defensive touchdowns give teams such a big morale lift. This was a really nice play to grab the loose ball and take it the distance.
And he converts the extra point.
Shit.
Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He sends this one deep. This offense has got to try to pull it all together now after the fumble cost them 6 points just moments ago.
I know as a quarterback, it's always hard to watch the defense score a touchdown on you. But it was always a reminder to take extra care of the football.
He goes up and gets it.
Okay, come on.
Jackson comes in at quarterback.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 47-yard line. Now we'll see how the backup can do after that injury. Wants to go long and does. Well, they're not going to win it, but they're still playing hard out there. And for Fisher, he reaches 1,000 yards in receptions. A good moment for this young player.
It's really an impressive number, especially when you consider the defenses know the ball is going to be thrown his way.
So the offense will stay on the field and attempt the 2-point conversion. And they get the 2. Over 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and the score is Alabama 66, Kentucky 39. Well, I'd expect the onside kick here, although it doesn't look like they're lining up for it. Nice kick, plenty of distance. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
39, 20 points.
Both teams are playing out the stretch here. You want to get experience for guys who normally don't get in the game and try to avoid injuries. Alabama with a commanding lead. Give to the tailback. They'll bring him down at the 24.
That is a loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
From their own 24-yard line, it's 2nd down. Gets it out quickly.
Very solid gain through the air. I'm impressed with the poise of this quarterback and the ability of the receiver to keep his concentration and get his hands on the football.
Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. He's tackled at the 46.
That makes it 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line. Tackle made at the 44-yard line. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Gets out to around the 28.
The switch game, man.
From the 28-yard line. 1st down. They'll go Browns. He's out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
That's hopping over.
Alabama is winning big.
Shouldn't be winning big.
Tackle around the 20-yard line.
Think about the speed and instincts it takes for a linebacker to get from his position into the backfield to make a play like that. That's well done.
This is the 8th play of this drive. And he's tackled right around the 22-yard line.
That's a loss of 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
This is the 9th play of this drive. They get on the board again. Touchdown. And he adds the extra point. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 10. They'll bring him down at the 25. We're late in the 4th quarter. This game has been a blowout for quite some time, and Kirk and I are just looking to make our flights. A little over a minute in the game. They go with the run. Gets to about the 27-yard line. A minute to go in the ball game. Finds the junior. Brought down around the 21-yard line.
First down.
And that sets them up with a 1st and goal.
That's good for a gain of 13 yards. That makes it 1st and goal.
They're back in the red zone after fumbling on their last visit. He throws it.
The pass was incomplete. Smith was the intended receiver on the play. That brings him 2nd and goal.
They're at the 8. It's 2nd down. Gets it quickly to the tight end, but it's dropped.
You don't think these guys get aggressive when it counts? Terrific hit to prevent the score.
3rd and goal.
And he's level at the 16.
Loss of 8 yards on the play.
4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field. They'll try for 3 points. Kicks up, and it splits the uprights. Well, folks, that pretty much wraps this one up. All they can do now is watch the clock tick away.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have mattered even if they recovered it. This one's been over for a while now.
Their last drive ended with a touchdown. Let's see what happens on this possession.
I expect him to run the ball, kill the clock, and put this one in the books.
Well, some backups got some playing time today, that's for sure. It's final. Alabama 73, Kentucky 42.
Kentucky 42.
That does it for this edition of NCAA Football 14. For Kirk Street, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long.